Welcome to my virtual space. In this video, I will talk about how sometimes we can get contaminated with other people's energy and how we can carry this energy around without being aware and how this is affecting us. Did it ever happen to you to be in a room where two people were fighting, or one person was yelling at another person, and you had nothing to do with any of it except by being in the same room? But even so, you started to feel angry or irritated as well. To me, it has happened many times. But I wasn't able to learn my lesson from it. Sometimes I was trying to explain to the people that were fighting that their fight is affecting me and that my head is hurting and that they should stop their fight. But what I wasn't aware back then was that when people get angry, they lose their ability to listen, to hear. They get trapped in the stories that they create in their mind. And anything that another person is saying is translated, I'm not sure if this is the word, but it's transformed according to the story that it's already playing in their minds. This is why it's pointless to try to reason with someone that is already angry. And the best thing to do is to wait for them to calm down. But I was able to understand this only later on by observing myself. Later on, I was also able to understand why I was affected by an event that had nothing to do with me. What I was affected by wasn't the event in itself, but the energy of the people involved in the event. And I was able to understand this through a story in which I was actually playing a role. One day, my friend told me that her potted flower has new shoots and she wanted to plant one for me. I told her to not do that because I do not want, and I was thinking that the story ended there. But no. Another time, she again told me that she wanted to plant a flower for me. And again, I told her, please don't do it because I don't want. And this has repeated a few times to the point that I was actually starting to wonder if she is hearing me when I say I don't want. But then for some time, she didn't say anything about the flower. And I completely forgot about it. However, one day, she showed up at my door with a pot full with beautiful flowers. I didn't say anything to her, but inside me, I was getting completely mad. And after she left my home, I started to ask myself, why am I getting angry for being gifted a pot with beautiful flowers? And at first, I thought it was because she gave me the flower in spite of the fact that I told her so many times that I don't want it. But then I asked myself again, but why do I not want a pot with beautiful flowers? And then I suddenly remembered. One day I was at my friend's apartment and I noticed her pot full with beautiful flowers. And I expressed out loud my admiration for her flower. But her reaction was completely unexpected to me. I think she got triggered by my words, and I could see on her she became very irritated, and she started to tell me how she received the flower from a relative of hers, and she didn't really want the flower, and it was given to her against her wish, and she wasn't very happy to own it. So what happened is that I got stuck with my friend's energy of irritation and of not wanting the flower. And on the other hand, she got stuck with the idea that I liked the flower, and this is why she insisted so much on planting one for me. Observing myself and my reactions, I was able to understand that we can easily get contaminated with other people's energy and even carrying it around for a long time without being aware. The way I found to set myself free was to actually becoming aware that I'm reacting on borrowed energy by questioning my reactions. When I become aware that I became angry just because I passed by or I was in the same room with some angry people, I am usually able to liberate myself of the anger. Now, sometimes when I see people fighting, I just sit quietly and send them peace. Some other times, however, when I notice that my inner balance is fragile, and I feel that I'm starting to get irritated as well, I just leave the place. I hope that my story can also help you understand yourself in a new way. Thank you for visiting my virtual space. Peace and light.